Well, 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 the champions of the spring finals eliminated in 4th place here in North America. Now the gates are wide open for the remaining teams. M2KC, The Move, and the boys are the top 3 in the first cup of 8.2 for North America. And I mean, it's kind of crazy to think about it, but the boys actually were running the composition. The Method Orange ran into Cloud9 on Saturday, I believe, and they were able to pull through with the victory here. So really good stuff coming in from the boys, but we should turn our attention to the next series. It's going to be absolutely stellar. The NAG Grand Arena blind pick between 2 fantastic logos here. M2KC, the Mew Mew kitty cat. Beautiful thing.
I want to like Photoshop the cat in the Moves van.
You do? You want to put the kitty cat in the back of the van?
If M2KC wins. They stole the van.
They stole the van. I'm not sure if it's Absurge or Peekaboo, the guy that's just like waving out of there. I don't know, but this is really kind of like 2 teams that come from similar backgrounds, right? Like Jamili, Rubcub were always kind of playing together with Peekaboo. Peekaboo branches off. He's had so much success, but both of them are struggling here in this series. 88% of you guys think the Move will win.
Wow.
Only time will tell.
I mean, you guys kind of rigged it before we went to commercial. Only
12% of the Twitch chat hates Peekaboo?
Okay. Well, here's the thing. Obviously the Move, a crowd favorite. I love these guys. Like I said, friends with all of them. The thing is, M2KC, they've made me a believer, and I really feel like the Holy Paladin is kind of sleeper right now. It seems really powerful. Rubcub yesterday was easily healing through everything. It seems like WizK, they kind of rely on that spread pressure, and I feel like M2KC, they're going to be able to get good crowd control on Absurge, really lock down WizK, and I don't know if Peekaboo's going to have the damage, but obviously you can't count out the Move and make impossible situations turn in their favor. We'll have to see what they can get done.
I feel like it's been a while since we've seen Roasties go head-to-head with Peekaboo. The Move and M2KC have had a rough ride, but here in 8.2, they're looking solid in the upper final. M2KC, they're going for an all-in to kill Absurge. Vendetta Combustion popped simultaneously. Absurge having a lot of pressure tossed his way. Can he handle the heat? Spellsteal on that Gladiator Safeguard, and no, he cannot. M2KC going to be roasting Absurge over a fire like a marshmallow in game number 1.
Everyone's voting against me, but
yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, I think that was pretty incredible. I mean, the life swap was still available, that Void Shift for WizK, but it was actually a beautiful counter spell coming in from Jamili to deny it, and that is not the start the Move needed or wanted.
Yeah, can I change my prediction?
You're not gonna stick with it?
No. I said 3-1. That was the one. It's fine.
Okay.
That was the one.
That was the one. It's fine. 3-0 for the Move moving forward. Yeah, I mean, we saw this happen. Was it to Colo yesterday?
Yeah,
right?
Colo. It was very similar.
This seems to be a strategy that M2KC.
They love it.
They kind of like it, and we kind of like it as well because I like damage.
Yeah, me too. It's great to see damage. Let's see how this actually did transpire, though, because it didn't even feel like the opener was as clean as the one on Colo. Like, the Colo one was the perfect RM Paladin game. It was absolutely stellar. But here, they just kind of killed him.
Yeah, I mean, they do a standard opener here, you know. They blind up. Actually, they didn't blind. They just go... Wait, he's playing Relentless. Oh, that's why. That's why they do this. Okay, so they do a Kidney into Hammer, into the Garrote, and then they just ride him, I guess.
Kleptomania Spellsteal.
Yeah, there it is. On the Safeguard, and the nice counterspell as well on the WizK, stopping him from Void Shifting. He had a Vampiric Embrace active too.
I really feel like the Druid shouldn't die in that situation. Not to be like, I guess to be critical. I don't think like just out of the Kidney. Maybe the Relentless isn't the talent pick, but overall, they should be able to peel, or he should be able to keep himself alive in that situation.
I think it just came down to maybe they relied on or they were wanting to rely on the Void Shift, but Jamili landing that counterspell completely shut that down. I kind of want to know how much damage Rubcub did in that game.
Yeah.
Because he was playing Avenging Crusader, like... It's a surprise. It's just like the Discipline Priest. It's a surprising amount of extra damage that they really do get to add in a matchup like that. And that could have been the deciding factor that kind of threw them off.
Yeah, and this is something, the RM Paladins, they won't be afraid to just kind of go all in, whether it's on the healer or someone else. They catch you off guard, they get the quick game one. But I think one of the good things here for the Move is that M2KC most likely won't keep counter-picking. They are going to stick to this. I think the move are probably going to stick to the composition. So if they just clean it up a little bit, and if they are meant to win this matchup, there's a good chance they still will, Sid.
I'm wondering if Abstert's going to change his talents around, maybe run that renewal. That's something that we saw Colo switch over to, so you just get this 30% heal right after you come out of the stun lock. You lose wild charge.
Yeah.
So you lose some mobility. It might be more difficult to get away from Rubcub. I mean, the main point is that you don't want the fight to start immediately on yourself. You would like to open up a little bit away from it so that you can see when the enemy team is coming, be in bear form, get ready for the stun, and then your team can also have more time to react. So Abstert needs a little bit better of a positional start to the fight, maybe change some talents, and then, I mean, the initial part of the fight isn't going to go the same way, I think, more than once.
Yeah, I would be really surprised if they end up falling over like that. Maybe a little bit of inexperience of Upsurge on the Druid, but ultimately, I think that's something that they should now be prepared for, and we'll really go back to what we were discussing pre-emptive to that game, how this matchup should go, because both these teams, we were expecting them to lock in these comps, Zika.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure how the matchup should go, but I feel like M2KC has like the early game advantage, and if the move survives, they win.
I
don't even know if
in the past I would agree with you 100%, but Paladins seem insane in 8.2. Like, I really feel like he's going to be able to keep the team going forever, and eventually they'll be able to take down WizK with good crowd control. Like, in the past I would have 100% agreed with that, where Rubcub eventually he just falls down, he goes out of mana, pressure's too much, they run out of cooldowns, but they just seem like it just goes on forever.
I think they can run them out of cooldowns, to be honest, if they swap around the way they usually do. But I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah, we definitely will.
All right, let's see how it goes down. Hopefully not Abstert's going down that quickly. Some quick games here between M2KC and the Move upper finals. Winner advances to the grand finals. Loser goes down to face the boys. And the boys have been difficult for the Move in the past, so I'm not sure if they would like to meet them. But of course, they may not have a choice. M2KC dealing a lot of pressure. Abstert, he's positioned far away this time around. He's anticipating an attack on himself, but M2KC say, all right, you're expecting us. We're going to be going on a different target, this time going after WizK, really testing Abstert's ability to adapt to different situations in this series for Game 2.
That's one thing I've always given Jamili credit for. With his play style, with the teammates he plays, they never really follow a script. They kind of just do whatever they want. And sometimes that doesn't work out at all. Sometimes it works out really well. And I feel like for a composition like the Rogue Mage Paladin in this meta, that kind of playstyle where you're kind of just going after whoever, just doing, you know, not random things, but really keeping your opponents guessing, it is super effective.
All right, let's see if that guessing game works out for them. WizK under pressure and a kidney shots, 3-on-0 for a few seconds. They don't get the follow-up. Abstert is out of crowd control. He needs to get some big heals. He needs to get them now. Managing to stabilize WizK. Let's see what sort of power plays M2KC have waiting in the wings. They've got Avenging Crusader available. Although Rubcub would like to use that defensively, I think we see him save that for some time. Meteor lands. They're switching to Peekaboo, but he expects it. He activates Feint before being stunned. This reduced a lot of damage, allowing Abstert to easily deal with it, but maybe not now. In crowd control, Jamili's looking for further with a double Ring of Frost. Gets the double, gets the triple. Ironbark, though, connected prior. Will it be enough? Peekaboo low on health. Looks like it's going to be enough. Nice read by Abstert, but now counterspelled. So difficult to call between the moves on these teams. Roasty gets swapped too. He's going to use Cloak of Shadows. Very low on health. Quite a quick-paced game here between the Move and M2KC, constantly back and forth.
Avenging Wrath activated by Rubcub, immediately bouncing everyone's hit points back to full. Jamili now with the combustion, trying to get some damage rolling. Peekaboo could be in a little bit of trouble. Keep in mind, there is no Ironbark. WizK trying to throw in some heals, trying to fake cast out some Shadow Mens, denying any follow-up crowd control on Abstert. Nicely done. Safeguard procs onto Peekaboo, as well as the evasion trades out. Now it's Roasty's under fire. Rubcub with no trinket gets silenced up. There's decent damage coming in from the move, but looks like Rubcub can handle it.
All right, Rubcub looks good in this position with a mana lead as well, so potentially late game actually still in favor of M2KC, but not nearly as explosive as an opener as game number 1 here in game 2. Rubcub moves forward, gets a hammer, but Abstert saw it coming once again, and Ironbark said Peekaboo saw it coming, and he faints immediately before being stunned. The Move are certainly not letting game number 1 shake him up. Solid play so far here. Crowd control on Rubcub. Roasty's the target. He's trading evasion, but he gets stunned on it by the vanish of Peekaboo. Bit of danger here, but Jamili is trying to save him. Polymorphs on Peekaboo, slowing down the damage. Roasty recovers.
Yep, Rubcub throwing in some holy lights. Now a swap over onto Absurge. Can they take him down? It's a full kidney shot. They don't have any damage. There was no Vendetta. There's no combustion, but they did bait out the bark skin, and this is scary for Absturge. There's nothing really left to keep him alive. WizKid's going to have to make sure he uses his trinket and his void shift, because you can bet Roasty's and Jamili. I think they're going to be committing that combustion as well as the Vendetta to get aggressive and try to take down Absturge like we saw in game number 1.
All right, let's see if they can execute on it here. Vendetta available. Combustion's over. Vendetta gets popped. Looking to make Absturge drop. Is he going to be able to hold out? He did get into bear form before this attack. Has the efflorescence down below himself as well. Some extra healing there. Iron Bar committed now as well. May not even be enough. M2KC doing overwhelming pressure. They fear up Jamili. They stun up Roasties. They're trying to buy time for Absturge, but he's still just so low on health. Rubcub procs the Gladiator Safeguard with a quick little hammer toss there. That's going to be most of Absturge's defense cracked, and there's potential that they just tunnel him into the ground. This is looking unrecoverable for Absturge. Void Shift from WizK, switching his health for Absturge's and keeping him in the fight, but for how much longer?
Maybe they just run him down for the rest of the game. Roasty's in a kidney shot with a silence on Rubcub, trying to take him down. Absturge does finally manage to recover, but keep in mind he's got no trinket. Barkskin has been used. Jamili slowly but surely rebuilding that combustion by spamming out Fireball and also getting good control onto WizK. Growth silence from Peekaboo on both members of M2KC. Absturge now in a kidney shot. Here comes the consistent damage. WizK looking for a mind control. He gets Dragon's Breath on it. Nice control from Jamili. Absturge in some trouble. Roasty's under fire. Good control coming in from the Move as they're looking to strike back.
All right, Roasty's finally being pushed back here from his assault onto Absturge. Although Rubcub recovers. Combustion available. Double fear. Perfect timing here by WizK. Looking for some pressure on Roasty still. Do they have follow-up? Where's the silence? Doesn't look like they have it. They're going for it now. Jamili rotting down as well. This is going to be the advantage that WizK gets in dampening, is that his damage over time effects hit 3 of the players simultaneously. Dampening reduces healing overall, so Rubcub won't be able to recover through triple threat pressure. Gets set up on in a swap. Roasty's looking to try and capitalize on this situation. Absturge is locked down in crowd control. WizK's desperate. He's trying to mind control to break up the chain. He does, but the blind is there. This could be it. Peekaboo could be going down. He's on the run. He's got evasion up. He's dodging Roasty's attacks. He's avoiding Rubcub, and he manages to recover. Now it is M2KC on the back foot, at least for another 15 seconds. Rubcub needs to stall.
Yeah, he has to stall as long as he possibly can. His mana's not doing great, but Absturge also, at the same time, his mana's not looking too good. Kidney shot over on the Roasties. Has the Move been able to do it? They may have been able to weather the storm that is M2KC. Roasty's getting low with the Cyclone over on the Rubcub. He has a Divine Shield. He has the Ultimate Sacrifice. Is he going to have to use it? Roasty's trades out the evasion. Rubcub getting big heals now with his Avenging Wrath, but he gets feared on his Avenging Crusader. There's a big attempt here on a Peekaboo. Keep in mind, there's no Cloak of Shadows. There's no evasion. He could easily fall. Absturge does manage to connect the Iron Bark on top of the Safeguard, and Peekaboo's going to be A-okay with that. But still, there's a long period of time where Peekaboo has no trinket, no Cloak of Shadows, no evasion. M2KC may have found their target.
WizK is balancing not only a lot of pressure, but some great defensive utility as well to protect both Peekaboo and Absturge. Certainly the MVP Shadow Priest of the tournaments and likely the North American region. Peekaboo getting gripped out of the Meteor. Big save by WizK. Peekaboo could easily be dead right now if that extra damage had landed, but now it's looking like he's recovering. He's trying to go after Roasties, but Rubcub is not in any crowd control, so he's healing through this quite easily. Jamili gets the chain going. Dragon's Breath, no follow-up, but maybe they don't need it. There's a lot of damage right now available towards Peekaboo, and dampening will negatively impact Absturge's healing and Peekaboo as well. They actually decide to polymorph Peekaboo. It looks like M2KC are giving up on him as a target. This is a bit surprising. He is now polymorphed. I'm wondering what they're waiting for. They're just stalling, denying the damage of Vendetta at least, trying to give Rubcub some time to breathe as he doesn't really have any healing throughput. He's got defense to deny a kill, but stabilizing the team will be difficult at this moment in time.
Yeah, Peekaboo now into a kidney shot. Jamili gets feared up on the Ring of Frost. Nice defense there by WizK, backing up his healer. But Peekaboo's in trouble. Trades out the Cloak of Shadows. Definitely doesn't want to have to overlap that with the evasion. Now a kidney shot over on the Roasties. Rubcub has been barely able to hold on so far. Big Divine Light coming in, or Holy Light coming in with that Divine Favor. That's going to keep Roasties alive. Mind Control from WizK, trying to slow down M2KC on the combustion of Jamili. Rubcub has the Avenging Crusader coming up in 5 seconds. That's when he's going to be able to top off his team. We need to see the move try to crowd control that. If they can do that, they can get a lot of pressure and momentum denying that cooldown.
All right, silence on Rubcub. Roastie's in trouble. He evasions, but he's very low on health. WizK could finish him. They go for the Vanish Stun. He pre-cloaks the 1 second cheap shot. Rubcub moves in. The smoke bomb got dropped. It's a very close call for Roasties and Jamili here, but Rubcub should begin to stabilize. Big heals incoming. Avenger Crusader also increases his damage. Rubcub wants to get something going, but Absurge is stalling it by avoiding Rubcub. Absurge needs to stay away from Rubcub as long as possible, managing to get into stealth. He's invisible. Rubcub can't see him. Absurge can open up from stealth, stun Jamili. Jamili trinkets. Rubcub trinkets out of blind. Peekaboo looks like he's in the most trouble right now.
Oh,
Ring
so
of Frost.
much trouble.
WizK gets denied on the Massive Spell. Peekaboo barely holds on. His Gladiator Safeguard going to proc. He's on the run. He vanishes out, but Absurge is sitting through an extended crowd control chain. There's no Void Shift. There is no nothing. It looks like M2KC are going to be moving to match point. Peekaboo, he somehow, some way holds on at 10%, stunning up Rubcub. Peekaboo finally out of crowd control, catches a couple of heals, but dampening is quite high. Smoke bomb gets dropped, furthering the crowd control chain, and Peekaboo will ultimately get closed out on M2KC, move to match point.
Yep, 27% dampening, but M2KC, whether it's 1 second into the game or 10 minutes into the game, they do find their kill, and they are now 2-0 up in this series, and this matchup is looking like it goes in their favor.
Seems to be the case. I mean, Peekaboo had some phenomenal kiting, but what do you guys think of the Relentless? Do you guys think it's a good choice? Because it felt like every time the blind was available, they could just win on the side of M2KC.
I mean, I'm surprised to say it personally. I think Trinket is normally good. The reason he's running it, of course, is just for the Dragon's Breath, right? Like, he wants to, if they stop the Hodge into Sheep, then he wants to be able to shift the Dragon's Breath into Sheep as the Druid, which you can with Relentless, but it seems risky for sure.
Yeah, I mean, every time you're susceptible to a blind into a Vanish Sap, and it's just a big window of opportunity for M2KC to develop these moments of pressure. So perhaps that's something that we want to see Absurge change in the next game.
Yeah, I personally would like to see it, but here we're going to go through the last couple of seconds in the game. So Hammer of Justice into full Ring of Frost, Rubcub trinketed out of a blind, so that fear right there is DR. WizK getting CS'd and actually spamming out Mind Control, spamming out Shadow Mans, doing whatever he can, and Peekaboo as well doing a great job here, avoiding damage from Jamili, Roasties, kidney shotting Rubcub to avoid damage from him as well, kiting Roasties there with the Poison Dagger, immediately trinkets out of a stun as well. Iron Bar connects, but unfortunately Absurge just doesn't have the healing there to recover him. 1 or 2 more globals he might have been able to, but it still looked like an uphill battle. There was only that one close call onto Roasties really where it looked like the move were winning. The rest of the match, it was just Mew Mew Kitty Cats in the driver's seats.
Yeah, Mew Mew Kitty Cats, they're driving the van right now. It's not looking good at all for the move. They're 0-2 in this series. It's the upper bracket, so whoever loses does go down to the lower, but it's definitely looking good for M2KC. M2KC, Mew Mew Kitty Cats are 2-0 up against the move here, looking like they will make it through to the grand finals. Once again, the same compositions on either side. The move really need to find something in this matchup. If not now, then if they make it back to the grand finals, they will need something.
Yeah, the move trying to fish up a win here on Ashamane's Fall, game number 3. M2KC, they just look so solid. This composition, the Fire Mage, Assassination Rogue, Holy Paladin, I think in 8.2 it's going to rise to power. It seems really strong, and luckily for M2KC, they are phenomenal at it. I don't know what the move's going to do. There was moments of opportunity. It seemed like their best chance was going after Roasties. Do you think that's something they should continue?
I mean, perhaps. I just think it's kind of crazy how powerful Restoration Druids currently are, and we're going to see a Disc Priest take Europe and now maybe a Holy Paladin take North America despite that. So there's obviously some options here, but the composition is truly what it's built around. The Avenging Crusader of the Holy Paladin gets to shine so much so with the new Essence, the Vision of Perfection, alongside this Rogue Mage composition where there's an extended amount of crowd control. Rubcub is stunned up initially on his trinket here, but they don't have any follow-up. Roasties was able to avoid the fight, and Jamili took full control of that situation, totally shutting down the move initially.
Yep, good control coming in from M2KC. They still have all their offensive cooldowns. They haven't really revealed who they want to go after just yet. Hammer of Justice into a Ring of Frost. Unfortunately,
he faked
missed
it
there.
He saw the Master Spell incoming and just left the diminishing return, I think. Now Absurge is blinded up with that Relentless, and Roasties can sap him.
That was nice.
Don't need to worry about the diminishing return. They stun Peekaboo on his evasion. This is a scary moment. He trades his entire defensive lineup. Absurge re-stealths to try and avoid the chain of crowd control, manages to connect some heals. He can't afford to use Ironbark here. He needs to power through the damage with his healing output alone. If he uses Ironbark, then he's pretty much committed everything. I mean, now, okay, he's going to use the Ironbark, and he's pretty much used everything.
Yeah, Peekaboo is going to manage to hold on. He still has his Trinket and Vanish. That's a really good combination of abilities to escape death. Now Roasty's going to be chasing him down. There's a silence on Rubcub. Jamili seems to be the target of choice, but he has a temporal shield. He's going to be really durable. Roasty's now lands a kidney shot with a smoke bomb. Do they have the damage to take Peekaboo down? Doesn't look like it. WizKid is in a polymorph right now. He's not really able to back up Peekaboo, but he's not out of it yet. Hammer of Justice secured on Absurge. Jamili, unfortunately, can't find the crowd control. Peekaboo shuts him down with a kidney shot.
All right, great shutdown there. It's still match point, though. The Move have a long uphill battle ahead of themselves. They want to take out M2KC and advance to the grand finals themselves here in this best-of-5 upper final. Peekaboo stunned up, but no crowd control on Absurge, so he's going to be chilling in this position. Going after Jamili, but diminishing return kidney shot. Uh-oh. That is not a mistake that we expect to see from the Move, but that's going to put them a setup behind now. Jamili has an opening. Rubcub's in position, but blinded. Trinkets gets a big heal. Absurge is moving in for crowd. They actually switched to him. A bit of a strange decision for Absurge to go in aggressively. They punish it entirely. He's so low on health, but WizK is there. Double Psychic Scream. If you are in trouble, just get the WizK signal. He is going to be there to save anyone in distress.
What is that? What is a WizK signal?
It's like a bat signal, but it's a WizK.
What does it look like?
What is a WizK?
It's a wizard hat in the sky. Oh, Absurge certainly put that up in the air because WizK did come in clutch there to help him out. Ironbark trades out by Absurge. The Move is actually looking really healthy in this game. That was a scary moment for Absurge, but they didn't have to trade out the Void Shift, and that was a lot of the offense coming in from M2KC as the Avenging Crusader, I believe, as well as the Combustion. Jamili now looking for crowd control, finds it. Now Peekaboo in a little bit of trouble as they look at the turn up the heat. They trade out Evasion and Cloak of Shadows. Now Peekaboo's going to be really vulnerable. This is a great situation for M2KC.
All right, let's see if they can capitalize on it a few moments down the road. In the meantime, Rubcub is cycloned. Absurge setting up for a big push onto Jamili. Further follow-up from WizK. This is looking good. Are they going to Master Spell the Ice Block? Cauterize about to proc. Jamili on the run. Ice Block. Where's the Master Spell? Not going to be going for it in this position, saving it for a later date. Rubcub still crowd control, but Avenging Crusader is active. That's going to be some big powerhouse healing. This is a big power play moment for M2KC. They could just close the game out. They're waiting for Ironbark to fade. Once that defense is gone, I think Peekaboo is going to literally vanish from the arena, and no, not his vanish ability. I think his health, potentially his entire team from the upper side of the bracket. Peekaboo sees the attack coming, though he pre-feints it. WizK grips Peekaboo, hopefully to safety, but Absurge is still crowd controlled. Peekaboo going on full defense to survive, stunning up both Jamili and Roasties, trying desperately to stall the crowd control, and they've done it. They have done it. That situation was looking very dicey, but as a result, once again, a WizK's utility, Peekaboo's defensive stun locks, the Move survive again. Yeah, but look at WizK. He still has Trinket and Void Shift. I mean, the Move still has a lot of their defense that they can work with. Not the same for Jamili. He doesn't have another Ice Block for 4 minutes. We're going to have to see if he's going to be able to hold on. There is a lot of pressure coming in from the Move. Smoke Bomb drops out. Rubcub has to get there. He gets caught into a bash. Nicely done. Good control there by Absurge. Really showing us all how much effort he's put into the Restoration Druid in the past. We basically knew him as a shaman, but he's been putting in a lot of work playing in these different specializations, and it's what has allowed the Move to do so well in these tournaments. All right, let's see if it can keep going here. Absurge is in a poly. Peekaboo once again on the run, but Glidier's Maledict is absorbing a lot of heals. Absurge dispels it. Ironbark's Peekaboo. Now he's fine. Jamili's in trouble. Rubcub is silenced. He's only got one option. That's the Divine Shield and the Sacrifice, but that's a big trade. If he can get away without making it, he would like to. It looks like he will be able to for now. But if he gets crowd controlled, he's very low on health. Blessing of Protection gets stripped off by WizK. Jamili's on the run. Peekaboo gets stunned away by Roasties. The Move are looking way better here in game number 3. Perhaps the first two were just warm-up.
Yeah, Jamili now into a kidney shot. It does appear that the move is getting a lot more comfortable in this matchup. There's a bash on Rubcub. He still has the Divine Shield and the ultimate sacrifice, the ultimate safety net, really, for his team to stay alive. He just has to make sure he gets it off, but he's greeting it hard. Still not using it. Finally, the ultimate sacrifice comes in with the Avenging Wrath. He's looking to get some damage rolling, or the Avenging Crusader is looking to get some damage rolling. The Rubcub pushes in. They're going after Absterge, but he actually Ironbarked Peekaboo in that situation. So now there's no Ironbark, there's no Bark Skin, and we could see M2KC just turn their focus over onto Absterge.
I think that's what they have to do. They don't have many options. I think killing Absterge at this point is the only way to victory, but they're being stalled by Peekaboo. Peekaboo looking to set up for the win here. Absterge gets the Cyclone. Rubcub is trying to hold out, but has to use the Divine Shield a couple seconds later. Absterge is stunned up. Roasties is trying to carry the team to victory by killing him. Jamili's crowd controlling the other two members, but he's the one who's so low. Rubcub uses the Glider's Medallion on blind, but then gets bashed. Jamili is still low on health. Rubcub connects a Holy Light, another one. Jamili is starting to get back into the fight. Ironbark about to fade. No Bark Skin for 12. Stun Diminishing Return about to fade, but I would say that this game is looking good for the move. They still have that Void Shift in their back pocket to survive an attack, which is now being engaged. Rosty's anticipating an invasion. Shadow Step Kidney shots Peekaboo in a smoke bomb, but Absterge is ready. He's right next to him. Picks him up with a couple of quick heals. Peekaboo is now marching forward towards Jamili. Jamili repositioning, trying to drag him far away, but ends up blinking back into the fight. Stunned up, but able to get out of it with the Everyman for himself. Jamili looking for some polymorphs. As to who he's casting, I mean, it has to be WizK, just trying to slow down the Void form, maybe? They do deny the Void form of WizK. Peekaboo, though, once again, anticipates the attack here. He activates Feint right before being stunned. Nice read. Rubcub Cyclone. Roasty's in trouble. Jamili's in trouble, but not for much longer. His Ice Block now off cooldown. Mana is even. That's a bit of a surprise, but the health bars certainly aren't. 9 more seconds to that Avenging Crusader. Not going to have time to do it. Roasties has to cloak. Jamili has to block. Defense is starting to fall for M2KC here as dampening mounts higher.
Yeah, but with Relentless, things can definitely spiral out of control. They only need one good setup. If Peekaboo doesn't have the evasion, the Cloak of Shadows, it's nightmare time. But, of course, WizK's held on. Look, he has the Void Shift. He has the Trinket. There's good control. Cyclone on Rubcub. Jamili could easily fall. Ultimate Sacrifice comes in with the Avenging Crusader. Rubcub marches forward as they turn their attention onto WizK. Going after Peekaboo didn't seem to be working. I like the fact that they are going to be punishing WizK a little bit more in this matchup. Maybe they just wanted to wait till 22% dampening. Dispersion now activated by WizK almost instantaneously, and Absterge has to trade out his Ironbark. There's a big overlap. And I think things are going to be looking good for M2KC. Of course, the move, there is an opportunity. Jamili with no Ice Block, with no Ultimate Sacrifice. They just need one good setup themselves.
Yeah, and Rubcub has to hold his Glider's Medallion for a blind, so something like a Cyclone could be game-breaking here if Absterge can get one. But he's sitting through a blind right now into a Polymorph. Good follow-up by Jamili, realizing that Roasties wasn't able to get it. But now they're going to connect. They interrupt the Mass Dispel. They go for the Hammer of Justice. WizK's interrupted for one more second. He needs to Void Shift. Who is he going to Void Shift? M2KC could swap targets if he does it. He's trying to hold out as long as possible, but this is a lot of dampening. It's difficult to recover. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to hold on to it, but now he's stunned and he can't use it. Trying to hold on to it earlier could cost him it, and it's going to. M2KC clean it up 3-0.
Yeah, what a crazy game that was. Victory for M2KC. It's going to be a 3-0. There was signs of life for the move in that matchup, but it just seems like as the game goes on, it becomes so difficult for Absterge to heal through that pressure that they're able to put out.
Yeah, absolutely crazy coming in. It did feel like that was potentially the best game from the move, but equally, it just seems like M2K has this matchup and these compositions under wraps. They're playing fantastically. They are looking like the best RM Paladin that we've seen in either region, and they will be our first team to advance to the Grand Finals.
Yeah, well-deserved victory for M2KC, but this game did look like the closest out of all of them. You know, the move actually had a lot of pressure. They had a bit of a mana lead, or at least even, and they forced out all the cooldowns, you know, from Jamili. They forced out the Ultimate Sacrifice. Problem was that just WizKid just got erased out of nowhere, you know, and a lot of it comes down to the fact that Absterge is just sitting through crowd control every single time blind is off cooldown. You know, a lot of this pressure here is at the back of the blind, into the sheep, into the Hammer of Justice. All of a sudden, and Whiskey is basically dead just because of that one blind. And here, like, Abstash has Innervate, and like I'm looking at his goal boss, and it feels like I don't know what he's trying to avoid, but he keeps shifting back into form instead of just spam healing. There's no counter spell on Jamelia. I'm not sure, but that didn't look like an ideal healing rotation there at the end. It felt like he could just walk further back, maybe cast out a few, regrowths, use his Innervate and spam, all his hots, and then Ironbark was going to come up. It looked like they could survive that pretty easily.
Yeah, I mean, it was so close. Like, the Void Shift was available, right? And he just got caught up in the stun. So even a little bit of healing to help him survive that extra second would have been enough. But either way, that is going to be M2KC, our first team to advance to the Grand Final today in North America. Quick 3-0 for them. Very convincing stuff. They've also been a team that's really had a great start to patch 8.2. It does feel like this Holy Paladin Fire Mage Assassination Rogue is a really powerful composition, similar to the Jungle Cleave that we've been seeing in Europe.